Hello, my name is Aletha. I'm coming on here because I am so appalled and disgusted and frustrated and pissed off and angry and mad and just pure nauseated behind the fact that there was an undetermined cause of unaliving of Nolan Wells. Y'all, these people planned all of this. I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to understand, right? I might be just someone that, just my opinion don't matter. But I want y'all to walk down this with me real quick. I want y'all to walk down this real quick with me. All right. So they so-called just left his body out, let him decompose. Listen, while Crump was saying over the course of days, it's the weather, the weather, the weather, the weather, the weather. It was the weather. Wasn't able to get him when we was supposed to. Oh, his body is in DC. Oh, the weather, the weather, the weather, the weather. We sent him to DC. DC is one of the most corrupt states, not states, in the states. Period. It's just, that's facts, right? And then come to find out, he don't have contents of his body with him. Okay? When you do an autopsy, you don't skip nothing. Nothing at all. You don't skip anything. I listened to that whole broadcast. They didn't say anything about this man's lungs, his baby's lungs. If he took on water, post-mortem or before. He said that was undetermined. You didn't say his lungs wasn't there. You didn't say he didn't have them, right? But he really did say the organs was gone. Then he cleared it up and was like, that's what they have to do during the autopsy. They have to take him out and put him back. But they took him out and they didn't put him back. And that's just truth. Those are facts, right? Okay. I was wondering why they had a closed casket. I really was wondering, why did they have a closed casket? Because if he just drowned, then they should have an open casket, right? This child was left out. They took organs from him. Now, I already know. I'm just now making a video because I wanted to wait until the autopsy because I didn't want to do no speculation, but I already knew everything this man just said during the autopsy. I promise I knew. And I should have come on here and stated facts. I should have. I should have. They paid them all off. They paid them all off. Everybody. And the parents and Crump about to get paid too. All of this was a ploy. That boy was literally given on a silver platter for the 4th. Introvert rock star. I gotta say his name because this is where I'm getting the information because I watch his channel. He had on his channel that they literally found a manifesto of literally the Klansmen in either the governor or the commissioner's office. around or about in the chambers. And they put them on display. But they took out the books and information out of the schools and the colleges that led to what black people dealt with. I'm confused. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm so confused. They could put that on display as a trophy, but they had to take out what happened to black people because they don't want it to show any humanization of what happened to us, because it would be too human. No sympathy, no empathy for these people, because they're not people, they're not human, but actually it's reversed. So let's get back to the autopsy and the findings. This pathologist says he had a bruise or a marking on the back of his head, but he cannot determine what happened and why he had the bruising on the back of his head. He couldn't even call it blunt force trauma, which is what a pathologist is supposed to be able to do if they still have the brain intact. These findings are the findings of a pathologist that has no organs to work with at all. I want y'all to hear me when I say that. This is the findings of a pathologist, and the reason why I know is because I have done too much research. So much research. All I do is read. That's it. If I'm lying, check me. But these findings is the findings of a pathologist that had no organs at all. He didn't give you any specific findings on anything. He just said it was a bruise on the back of his head. That's because he had a shell, but he had no organs. So because he had no organs to dissect, he had a shell. He said he dissected his arms, his back. He had a shell. He had the body, but he had no organs. When a pathologist does an autopsy, what is done is the internal organs is dissected and looked at to see post-mortem and before death, what was the state of that body, those organs in before that person died and after that person died. That is how you come to a determination of death. That's common sense, y'all. But they don't believe people have common sense, y'all. To me, it's a money grab. I'm just going to say that. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody thinks. I don't care that you probably will talk about me and say, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But if you go look up facts, I'm telling you that. This pathologist is reading facts from a shell. He only had the body. He never had any organs at all. They did not return his organs. If they didn't return the throat, they didn't return anything. That's why he never had findings for his lungs. He never said if he took on any water or he did not take on any water. That's why he said it looked suspicious because of the mark on his head. But he had no brain to see if there was any fracturing. He said there was no fracturing. There was no bleeding. So when you get to a grand jury, they're going to say there's no proof that there was foul play. because the pathologist that did the separate autopsy, the second one, has no proof of any foul play. Come on, y'all. Ain't no way America is that dumb. And it definitely ain't no way that us black people are that dumb at all. Please know, I do have empathy and sympathy for the loss of a child. I do, because he was a child. He was a child. But when it comes down to money grabs, basically the child was given over. That's what I feel. Just, a few $1,000,000? Yeah. I want y'all to know that the evil don't just reside in a color. Evil don't just reside in colors of people, identities of people, ethnicities of people. Evil resides in every aspect. It does not matter. I don't understand how people don't see what's going on. This whole thing. I don't see. This was a ploy to get you out your feelings about Carmelo. That's what it was. And a traditional unaliving. If you catch my drift. Basically, you know what? I'm not even going to hide it. This was a sacrifice, period, point blank, for the Klan. That's why the manifesto popped back up and they talk about it. Because literally it tells you exactly how they do what they do. That's period. That's why they brung the boy out there. That's what it was. Period. That's what it was. And it won't be nobody going to jail. And it won't be no justice. So, I hate that it happened to him. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells. But as your boy, introvert rock star, say, boy, it's cold out here. It is hard out here. It is evil out here. And them folks ain't playing fair. And so, if you don't believe in the Most High, if you don't believe in a higher power, I don't know what to tell you, because you gonna need who you gonna need. Because I'm telling you right now, it ain't just him they coming for. I want you to know that. And everybody watching this that see this, if you look like me, watch those six, because they coming straight up. And if you don't believe me, just wait.